Welcome back to our channel, the channel for the latest news and untold stories about Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and her royal family. Today I bring you news. Catherine spotted in the meaningful jewellery from the late Queen, and why she's paying homage that way. When she appeared at the cenotaph for Remembrance Sunday services, Catherine presented a moving homage to Queen Elizabeth, who passed away in 2021. The Princess of Wales, who was decked out head to toe in black, wore a set of jewels along with a diamond leaf studs that were quite likely her late grandmother-in-law's. It's believed that the studs originated to the deceased queen as a component of an antique brooch collection. Catherine has been seen sporting the classy brooch often in the past few years, and she wore it again in September 2022 for the Queen's burial. She had only been photographed sporting the brooch once previously, in Belgium during 2017, notwithstanding an extremely rarely observed by the public eye. The brooch was donned by Queen Elizabeth II in 1999 on her journey to South Korea. The Princess of Wales wore her Fleet Air arm brooch in along with the 3 poppies that she consistently donned on Memorial Day. Notwithstanding the scorching grip in the UK, Catherine chose to commemorate the anniversary of the Queen's death by donning an all-burgundy outfit, consisting of a coat outfit by Eponine London, a headpiece by Sahar Millinery, and a purse by Mulberry, and appropriate footwear. Pearls represent a traditional symbol of grief for royalty, so this jewellery selection is particularly appropriate. Throughout the grieving time this past year, Catherine donned the exact same pair of studs on numerous occasions, including when the royal family received the Queen's coffin at Buckingham Palace in London, and when they greeted friends and family at Sandringham. Allow me to explain the symbolism behind several of the Queen's most famous brooches, the reason Princess Catherine donned them at major royal ceremonies. Although Queen Elizabeth II were having more than 100 brooches, a select few were cherished for their significance. The chrysanthemum sapphire pin. This platinum and diamond chrysanthemum pin makes a bold fashion accessory with its cluster of sapphires in blue colour positioned in the centre. She wore it on her second honeymoon during Princess Anne's baptism, as well as on her and Prince Philip's diamond marriage celebration after receiving the item in 1946 as a present for the maiden voyage of the British Princess oil tanker. Dorset's bow pin. The Dorset bow brooch is a treasured relic that was given to Queen Mary as a bridal present from the municipality of Dorset. After receiving it as a marriage gift, Elizabeth wore it often, notably at Prince Charles's baptism. The Queen donned it to several commemorative Remembering Day ceremonies and additionally at the burial of the Duke of Windsor, demonstrating its significance as an emblem of remembering. A beautiful Art Deco leaf brooch worn by the Queen Mother. This brooch, made by Cartier in the year 1928, has been surprisingly a bit of action in the royal family, from King George VI to Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, and ultimately to Princess Elizabeth, who would become Queen Elizabeth II. She donned it often during the 1950s, especially to one in the previous scene upon her arrival in London from Italy. The brooches with their aquamarine clips. It should come as little surprise that Queen Elizabeth II adores both sets of brooches that she received as a present from both her parents on the special day of her 18th birthday. She donned the ensemble often throughout her time as Queen, particularly on occasions honouring her late father like her Jubilee. The beautiful blue duet may be seen in pictures captured during Queen's address for her Diamond Jubilee in 2012. Lunch alongside the Obamas in 2016, and the inauguration of Parliament in 2021. The clematis-shaped diamond brooch. This magnificent diamond brooch was first worn by Queen Elizabeth for her marriage proposal portraits, and was subsequently worn by her on other occasions throughout the following few decades. Elizabeth was presented this massive diamond-encrusted arrangement of flowers shortly after she gained the independence of the City of London. She wore it many more times, including at the special ceremony for Princess Margaret and the celebration of the Queen Mother's 101st birthday. The flower-filled basket pin. This vibrant look was another present from the King and Queen on the occasion of the arrival into the world of Prince Charles. She donned it again years later, during Prince George's baptism. A brooch worn by Queen Adelaide. The dazzling diamond brooch was shown throughout the Olympic opening celebration in the years of 2012. Repurposing other gems, this clasp was a piece of pearl jewellery that was made for Queen Adelaide, the wife of King William IV. One enormous diamond sits in the centre, surrounded by 6 lesser ones, the amethyst pin from Kent. The amethyst brooch owned by the Kents is really a set. The most striking aspect is the top, which is a hexagon amethyst encircled by diamond arcs, representing the rays of the sun. Each of the 3 smaller amethysts are held in place by loops at their lowest point. Some speculate that there mightn't be any more brooch components, but they're believed to be either never used or seem subsequently fastened to the corresponding necklaces. The Duchess of Kent, Queen Victoria's mother, bequeathed the entire collection to her child, who in turn gave it as a gift to the future king and queen. The dazzling gems were presented to Queen Elizabeth II upon her succession, and she's worn them on several occasions throughout the years. The sapphire and diamond brooch that was formerly worn by Prince Albert and has since been recognised as Queen Victoria's bridal brooch. Queen Victoria wore the brooch that Prince Albert presented her on the morning following their marriage. It was a large sapphire embedded in gold and encircled by 12 diamonds. While in the hands of Queen Elizabeth II, it quickly rose to the top of her favourites list. This stunning royal blue ensemble was worn by the Duchess of Cambridge for 2 2019 events, Prince William's baptism and her annual Christmas greeting. The diamond bow brooches that Queen Victoria wore. True, although Her Majesty and Queen seldom wore more than once in their time. Queen Victoria ordered these diamond bow brooches from Garrard, and they were handed down through the royal family to Alexandra, Mary, Elizabeth I, along with eventually Elizabeth II. The Queen donned items from this collection during Margaret Thatcher's burial and other commemorative occasions. Wheat earlobes fit for Queen Victoria. Yet, an additional group that's bigger than it first seems, there are actually a total of 6 of these enormous diamond earrings of wheat, albeit the Queen also donned 2 at one time. Rundle, Bridge & Co. originally created them for Queen Adelaide at her partner's demand, but Garrard reworked them in the year 1858. During Princess Eugenie's marriage reception, late Queen Elizabeth II loaned her brooches and hairdo decorations in the shape of the wheat earlobes, which she previously worn for the Queen herself. The emerald clustered brooch from Cambridge, a diamond-studded emerald in a circular setting, with an alternative to add another Cambridge emerald to complete the chain. The pearl pendant brooch from Cambridge. Princess Augusta, not Catherine, was the Princess of Wales, and she had this lovely pearl brooch. After Mary's reign ended in 1953, Elizabeth II inherited the throne. The deceased queen donned the jewellery in a Zoom conversation for 2021, in an image taken for her on her 50th birthday, as well as on her 2014 Christmas greeting. The coconut leaf brooch, or paisley brooch, worn by the Queen Mother. This modest diamond pattern is in the form of a leaf-like brooch, represents one of the Queen's favourite used pieces of jewellery. Queen Elizabeth II's mother wore this mourning necklace often across her life because she treasured it so much. Royal marriage present for Queen Alexandra, a brooch. This brooch was created by Garrard as a portion of a larger bridal set for Princess Alexandra of Denmark, and that included a magnificent diamond tiara, a necklace embellished with diamonds and pearls, a pair of studs, as well as a piece of jewellery. Both the Queen as well as the Queen Mother have been observed sporting the necklace, and the Queen was additionally seen sporting the brooch and studs. The state-of-the-art brooch set with rubies and diamonds. The rubies in the brooch represented an easy choice for the Queen to wear alongside her favourite colour, red. She donned it on her Diamond Jubilee promenade to the numerous national banquets. The late Queen donned a very elaborate pearl and diamond creation at Harry and Meghan's marriage. The Queen donned this ring often throughout the course of her reign, notably in a photograph by Mary McCartney, daughter of Paul, honouring her as the longest reigning British monarch. It has a lovely blushing sapphire encircled by huge diamonds that are round and tiny diamonds between the 2 jewels. Genuine love knot pin. One of the several diamond bows owned by the late Queen Elizabeth II is this particular one stands out as the biggest. This piece of the Garrard jewellery originally belonged to Queen Mary and was passed down to Queen Elizabeth II in the year 1953. She donned it during William and Catherine's marriage in the year 2011, as well as many other occasions, including holding her poppy on Remembrance Day. The late Queen was presented the New Zealand metal ferns brooch by the wife of the Honourable Mayor of Auckland for Christmas in the year 1953. As the designation implies, the Queen used this brooch during occasions linked to New Zealand. Catherine, now the Princess of Wales, was able to borrow it from Queen Elizabeth II on her 2014 visit to New Zealand. Thank you for watching today's video. What do you think of the late Queen's brooch collection and the way Princess Catherine tributes to the late Queen? Please let us know your thoughts in the comments, and goodbye for the time being.